In the far future, society has collapsed. The resource wars of the 22nd century sent the world back to the Stone Age, as the world's nations destroyed themselves in brutal conflicts. Over time, new communities have emerged from the ashes. Some of these communities began rebuilding, creating new towns and settlements, and working hard to restore order to the world. Others, though, opted to take the easy route in this new world. They loot and pillage settlements, taking whatever they want and killing anyone who gets in their way. They have no morals, and they follow no laws. Instead, they're led by warlords who rule with an iron fist. And it just so happens that I was part of one of these raiding groups, the Kubly Khans. We terrorized the land in our metal skybirds, flying from settlement to settlement and taking whatever we wanted. We were devoted to our Khan, the notorious Kubly himself, whose word was law. Now today was a very special day. It was our Khan's birthday. And for his birthday, our Khan had requested a gift from every surrounding settlement. Now most settlements were terrified of him, and so sent lavish gifts. The denizens of Kujari, though, a very proud people, were outraged by the request, and they responded to our envoy's requests very undiplomatically. This had enraged our Khan.
They did what?
It was his special day, and instead of receiving gifts, he'd lost some of his best men. There would be no diplomacy going forward. Kujari had to be wiped off the map to set an example, and so the Khan sent 40 men to get it done. I was one of those 40, and more specifically, I was the voice of the Khan. It was my job to follow our expedition leader, Clan Chief Bonfire, and interpret the will of our Khan for him. Now our main mission was of course to destroy every settlement in Kujari, but we had 3 sub-goals we also had to accomplish. Our first one was to collect food and drinks so we could survive. We'd started the mission with only a single meal, and we had ace field rations enabled. That meant that if we didn't capture more food quickly, we'd starve to death. Luckily for us, the villages we'd be ransacking had a lot of food in them. Our second goal was to fulfill any requests the Khan made. He could issue us new objectives during the mission at any point, and we had to follow them, as he is our glorious leader. Our final goal was to loot better weapons, since most of us were starting with Vietnam-era weaponry. Now our weapons were still far superior to the Kujari villagers, however the Kujari militia was a bit better equipped than us. With our mission in mind, and after receiving the Khan's blessing, we set out from our home in our metal skybirds. Once we reached Kujari, we'd have 3 major settlements to wipe out. First would target the villagers in Kura, the southernmost settlement and the least defended. Then would move west and wipe out Danashiwa, and after that would move north to Maiwa. But first, I have something important to share with you all. Before the operation began, when we were still refueling the skybirds, the Khan summoned me.
Max, you will bring war to Kujari, but you will also tell them of World of Warships.
And so I must obey. World of Warships is a free-to-play online game where you command historically accurate warships. They've got everything from colossal battleships to the stealthiest submarines. They've rebuilt these ships to be as historically accurate as possible, using real blueprints and historical records. The game is a lot of fun. If you love naval history, you should really check it out. Right now, they're running a July 4th event celebrating American naval history, and if you use my invite code STEPUP, you'll get 7 days of premium account time, 1,000,000 credits, 500 doubloons, the Stars and Stripes skin, and 2 ships, the USS Albany and USS Smith. So follow the Khan's will now. Click the top link in the description or the pinned comment and get World of Warships on PC or console. Now let's get back to Kujari. It wasn't long before we'd arrived in the region. Our skybirds dropped us off south of Kura, and we began moving towards the village on foot. As our warriors charged towards the village, they sent up a flare as a harbinger of doom. Anyone in the surroundings who saw it knew that it meant their death was approaching. While most of our men were attacking from the southwest, those of us in the command element flanked east and approached from the road. Our expedition wizard, Maza, used his magic to eradicate a squad of militiamen. The rest of us didn't have magical grenade launchers though, and so instead just started laying down lead on anyone we could see.
Alright, their guys are entering the village. Double check your fire.
Wait a minute. Are they praying right now?
The villagers in Kura soon started praying to their dark gods in the hopes that it would save them. It didn't faze us though, as we knew their gods were false idols. The only true god is the Khan.
Our god is bigger than your god.
Instead, we charged into the village itself, deciding to strike them down for their heresy. Upon reaching the village, we started looting bodies for any food we could find. We hadn't eaten since we'd left home, so a quick battlefield snack was in order. Once snack time was done, we were back on the move. Bonfire and I pushed ahead, eager to get our hands on the village's loot.
To do.
Oh, there's a guy. Hey, we got friendlies across the road. I think we killed everyone. Food!
Would fan the food supply. They had enough to feed an entire village in these small huts, and it's not like they needed it anymore, so we took everything we could and loaded the rest into our metal skybirds. We'd successfully wiped Kura off the map, and had taken almost no losses in the process. Unfortunately though, we'd missed a villager on our sweep of the town. He'd been playing dead in the village temple, and when Bonfire went in there alone to repurpose it for our Khan, he jumped him. Now Bonfire wasn't dead, but a hammer to the head had knocked him unconscious. The expedition couldn't continue without a leader though, so I stepped up to fill the role. I ordered a few men to stay behind and treat Bonfire, while the rest of us began moving to our next target. That target was Danashiwa, the largest settlement in the region. It was a bit better protected than Kura, with some basic walls and watchtowers, but still nowhere near enough to stop our horde. We had our skybirds bomb the town during our push, to soften them up as much as possible. Then we spread through the village like a plague, killing anyone who got in our way.
Hey, Grant is down. Damn it! It's that
The
building.
town was proving to be more of a challenge than I thought it'd be. Our push had essentially been stopped dead in its tracks by well-equipped militia, who were keeping us pinned and downing our men at the halfway point of the town. They even began pushing us. Some militia had taken out several raiders next to the building we were in, and forced those of us in the command team to clear them out. We were no longer just fighting villagers with shotguns, but proper warriors with rifles. Those of us in the command team decided we'd try to push through the gridlock. Our main issue was this building right here. It was crawling with well-equipped militiamen who were using it to suppress the hell out of our men. If we could push up to it from a different angle and clear it out, Danashiwa's defenses might crumble. So we began our flanking push.
Hostiles front. Jesus Christ. There's more of them. Mazda's down.
I was down. A bullet to the chest had knocked me out. I quickly woke up though, and retreated back.
Somebody heal me, please.
Our push had failed, so for now we just needed to hold this angle and stop any enemies from counterattacking us.
Oh man, don't go grab me, brother. Here goes.
I'd gotten the first villager, but I'd been too slow for the second. Luckily though, I was with some great medics. It took a while, but they managed to patch up all my wounds and wake me up again.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
It had taken a while though, and during my prolonged nap, the rest of our men had finished raiding the town. The villagers were now all dead, and the supplies had been acquired. Bonfire was back now too. He'd woken up and had retaken command. I didn't mind stepping down though. I much preferred my role as the voice of our Khan, which, funnily enough, is when the Khan spoke to me once more.
Max, my warrior, I have a new mission for you. The village of Duro, Max. You must raid it for me. They make all the good spices there, and I'm sick of bland food. I want seasoning. You will get me seasoning, my soldier.
I let Bonfire know of our new mission at once. We had to drop everything and assault Duro immediately. The Khan had demanded it. Duro was quite a distance away though, and it was night by the time we reached it. Which really sucked, because we had no NVGs. We were pretty much just stumbling our way through the forest until we finally spotted the village. Now Duro was different from the other two settlements. It was small, about half the size of Kura, but it was much more densely garrisoned. Its defenders were also well armed. They were more than a match for us equipment-wise. Now assaulting it in the dark would be a bit of a hassle, so we had a mortar team on standby that was setting up and getting ready to launch flares all around the village. Unfortunately though, someone didn't get the memo and started the assault early.
That's what I'm doing.
Alright, go already attacking.
Yeah, they are. There they go. Running straight in.
Now, I had done something rather foolish before it left home. For his birthday gift, I had promised the Khan I would get a kill with my machete, and that I would then gift it to him. I'd so far failed to get any melee kills, but I thought this could be my chance.
For the Khan! Bow down to the Khan, infidels!
It turns out it wasn't my chance for glory. I kid you not, I slept through the entire assault. When I finally woke up, it was daytime. And worse, because I'd been asleep, I missed out on all the looting. I grabbed a rifle off one of the militiamen and tried to find some ammo, but all the ammo had already been stolen by others. It wasn't all bad news though. While I'd been asleep, Bonfire had found a jeep with a 50 cal on top, so now we wouldn't have to walk everywhere at least. There was also an M14 in the back, which I happily grabbed. There was only one settlement left to take, Maiwa. It was also the last settlement in the region, which meant that the villagers would make it their last stand. Would make sure they'd never stand again once we were done. We set off towards the town. This would be our final assault.
Bonfire, you have the worst posture in this car right now. You literally look like a goblin right now.
It's me when I play video games. I think that's casual dropping grenades.
For the Khan! Oh god.
For the Khan!
I'm getting out of here. I can't take it anymore.
We'd done it, we'd slaughtered all the villagers. This was a moment of triumph, a victory that would honor the Khan. Or at least it would have been, if our pilots didn't report some very bad news to us right after.
Raiders, this is Skybird 1. Be advised, there is a convoy of vehicles heading your way. They have AA. We are waving off. I say again, we are waving off.
We'd walked right into a trap, and we hadn't realized it till just now. Remember those other settlements I talked about? The ones who had sent gifts to the Khan? While we'd been busy the past few days in Kujari, they'd all allied with each other, and had sent their combined military strength into Kujari to wipe us out. I guess they didn't like sending the Khan birthday gifts after all. They'd even brought anti-air, so our pilots had to abandon us to avoid getting shot down. We had not been expecting this. We were deep in hostile territory, with no way to get back home, and they had armored vehicles and tanks. If we tried running, they'd catch us in the open and annihilate us. We had no choice but to dig in and fight, and the ruins of the village were just slaughtered. When the attack finally came, it was night. We had to fight for our lives.
Hey, good job, guys. Hey, let's push the hostiles on the other side of this hill. Yeah.
Is it unmanned?
I shot the gunner out, but there's probably still a driver.
Let's go to the Amazon.
I mean, they're pretty far away. I think we'll be okay.
Oh shit, those are regulars! They're regulars!
Oh no, it's still active! We need to fall back! I'm still breathing, I'm just bandaged. Oh, they've got a flamethrower! They've got a flamethrower! Did you guys get it? My brothers!
Man down, over here.
I'll allow you an easier transition to the next life. You did well, my brother.
Brother Max!
Brother.
I believe that man is dead!
Brother, he's alive, I think. I'm trying to give him an easier transition.
We'd done some serious damage to their assault, but would also taken heavy casualties in the process. As we were mourning our dead, they sent their next wave.
Strong in the Khan!
His enemies are numerous and belligerent.
Brother.
These are only a death. Numerous set of deaths.
The Khan's enemies are coming! Repent! We have a tank to our northeast.
I'd been knocked out, but I woke back up. I was the only survivor. Everyone around me was dead or unconscious. I started crawling away when I stumbled across Bonfire's body. I couldn't wake him up. He was too wounded, and if he was captured, he could give valuable info on the Khan to our enemies. So I did the only thing I could.
I'll see you in the next level.
As gunshots waged to the west, I kept crawling. I crawled away as far as I could, and only dared get up at dawn. The expedition was lost, but I had lived. I had to return to the Khan and let him know what had happened. We may have lost the battle, but with the Khan's leadership, we would win this war. Now, just because our journey failed doesn't mean yours has to. Download World of Warships with the link in the description and use code STEPUP for free rewards. Fight your own battles at sea, for the Khan commands it. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. First and foremost, I want to give a special thank you to my channel members. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. Also, I'm looking for video ideas, so if you guys have any good ones, leave them in the comments, and I may just do them for my next video. Alright, peace!